you guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Check the Record. I am one of your hosts, Khrissy B. I'm joined by my other two homies, Python P.
Yeah, Big Bucko in the building.
Okay, you go ahead and introduce.
I need to find a nickname or something like that, like Big Bucko. I gotta find something like that.
Chuck Dizzle,
Chuck
live
Dizzle.
radio.
Yeah, no, but I like the, you know, the Big Bucko after
Chuck
that.
Dizzle with the Rizzle.
Yeah.
Right.
Chuck Dizzle live and
AKA
direct.
Big Bucko, your neighborhood family producer, man. You know what I'm saying? We here checking in.
Hey, how many times you worked on that?
Right.
A lot, though. I
I
ain't
need to
gonna
work
lie.
on my little. I need to work on my little drop.
You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, Chuck Dizzle, live and direct, keeping it homegrown, of course, man. We got one of the homegrown homies here, man. Airplane James.
What's up? Eastside finest, Diamond Lane.
Yes, man. Come
We in
on,
this
man.
bitch. Yes.
Can I just say real quick, Plane did my first episode of Get Familiar during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
I was the first.
You was the first.
Damn.
You
That's
kicked it
hard.
off.
That's hard.
That was during the pandemic.
I feel like,
You always been rocking with me.
I feel like the pandemic was so long ago,
Yes.
but it's not.
Like, what, 3 years? 3 years,
years
right?
ago.
Jeez, that time go by, man.
We need to go back.
No, we
Get
don't.
back to the pandemic.
Yeah,
I like being locked in.
What was the wildest part of the pandemic? I mean, besides people dying, obviously, but
Woo, damn.
what was the
Damn.
wildest part?
Nigga, them Trump checks. That was the wildest part.
The coins back. I'll
Them
take
Trump-
some pandemic
them
coins.
Trump
again.
checks.
I won't forget, man. When I tried to go to the store and get some diapers and none of them was there, that's when I was like, this shit is
I would have to
real.
agree. The supply, like everybody just thinking the world was going to shut down and how empty the shelves were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting checked for toilet paper. It was like, yeah, nah,
That
you
was
gotta
crazy.
take just one cause I'm like, dog, like,
Having a
this is
limit
where
to
we
how much
at.
you can buy is a wild concept, period.
It throws you
Trying to
off,
figure out
right?
2 rows.
Exactly.
No. The wildest thing was me was going on Rodeo Drive and seeing a line of niggas
yeah.
outside the Gucci store
Man.
and the Burberry store. I'm like, wait,
What's going
why
on?
everybody outside?
Why y'all here?
Everybody lined up. I'm talking before the store's open. I'm like, wait, what's going
The
on?
EDD money was
I'm
hitting
talking about
up.
like I seen the
Change haircuts forever.
bro. It had a sign on the Burberry window. We do not take EDD cards. I said, oh yeah,
That's the
it's
richest
busting.
I was ever.
Jeez,
Busting.
man.
Nigga
Why
was
not?
up.
Everybody done ran it up a little bit on
Come
EDD.
on, man.
Let's keep it, but I was really on EDD though. I was really like at home with no job.
I ain't, on the real, I didn't even know I was gonna get it. Like I just checked my email one time. I had a job like working at Hertz or some shit. Got fired.
During the
whatever.
pandemic?
Nah, this was before the pandemic, and then they
okay.
fired me. Then I ended up getting like I called that shit said 8,000. Nigga,
I'm going to Rodeo. Nigga, I tell you niggas, hey, he was in that Rodeo line.
He was like, wait,
What a
plane? What you doing over there? He was like, man, I got the call. I got the call. It cleared.
I was just driving by. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man.
But yeah, thank you for joining us again. This is Check the Record. We are checking your newest project. It dropped September 9th,
11th.
11th. No, that's not what Apple used to say.
That's probably when it got uploaded.
Anyway,
Either way.
in September.
September.
Well, we checking the record either way.
Oh, so you
Checking the
been
record.
saying? Oh, so you 9/11?
Apology accepted.
Yes.
9/11.
8 songs. I love it.
Thank you.
I like all your.
Appreciate that.
I was gonna say I like a lot of your music, but I don't really, for me personally, I don't think you have any shortcomings when it comes to my ears and what's pleasing to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You do satisfy my palate. Like it's I mean, everything I feel like you do is very it's tasteful. It's melodic.
Yeah.
I'm like, it sounds kind of like an R&B album. I don't even want to put it. I don't even know if it's a rap album because you're kind of singing, but it's not necessarily categorized, at least in my opinion, like a hip hop rap album.
I definitely wanted to put it in the R&B category.
You should have. That's where I felt like.
Have you tried? Have you tried to do it and see? Just throw it in there?
What?
Just,
R&B category?
Just throw it in the category.
Nah, because I was telling Bird about it. He was like, absolutely not.
That's
no.
That's what the label comes involved. Like, look, Plain, check this out.
Getting a little
This is why
wild.
we do what we do.
You getting a
okay?
little wild.
Getting a little wild over there.
Yeah.
But it's the end of it's a trilogy, correct?
Yes.
So kind of explain what Apology Accepted is all about, how it starts, and why we're ending off right here.
Well, I was coming off, before I did the trilogy, I was coming off of Eastside Special 2. And I just felt like majority of that music was telling other people's stories around me, you know? So I'll say that Bird challenged me, my label challenged me, like, you know, who are you when the lights are off, when you go home? Like, what's your story? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get into that. You need to start peeling back those layers. So go into the studio with that mindset and see what you come out with. So that's how you got Low Key Hurt, Still Hurt, and then Apology Accepted is really me apologizing to myself, you know, for, because sometimes the world can be a reflection of, you know what I'm saying, what's going on inside, you know, so whether I damaged relationships or treated women certain ways or just how I saw people, you know, I'm forgiving myself for you know, ending up in these situations. And even if I try to apologize to people and they didn't accept it, you still got to show yourself grace, because I didn't know how to do that for the longest.
Right. No, and that's what I got from you from this album. I see a whole balance of like, it's a little bit of toxicity in there. It's a little bit of like women empowerment in there.
It's a lot of it.
And it's
a lot of it.
And it's your share of like vulnerability. And I like hearing that, especially on the last song, Apology Accepted. But when it comes to you being like, I kind of see you being in touch with like your feminine side. You know what I'm saying? And like, in a sense where you kind of speak women, like, where does that come from? Like, you growing up, like, is it you being around women so much, or are you growing up with strong women and things like that, so where you can see both sides and kind of admit like your faults of how you deal with relationships and things like that? Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, I grew up with my granny, all women, majority, but I think it just came from listening to music and what I liked, you know, like people who expressed, like where it was Nelly, Fabulous, Drake, you know, I love that it wasn't just telling the nigga side, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that too.
And, you know, just dealing with relationships too. You know, being able to, I always wanted to champion women. I want to make the music for women and be able to, I feel that, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's the key. That's the key for sure, man. So with you doing that, like I said, it adds balance, you know, to hip hop and to rap, like I said, because you're giving, you know, like the female's perspective from a man perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just like bashing women's, like it's their fault. So with you, you know, giving up for yourself and your responsibility as a man and the part you play. Like I felt all that in that album, so no, kudos to you for sure.
And I always go in, like when I'm writing records, I always go in with like, can I give this to a woman and she can sing it too?
So that's a good perspective.
That's
Before we go track by track of Apology Accepted, I've heard you say this on a couple of interviews. We've had conversations about it, but you know, speaking of women, your grandmother was the one that gave you your name, Airplane James. Kind of break that down for the folks that may not be familiar with that.
So I was a knucklehead growing up, and
really, being from the East Side, that's crazy.
Kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But you know, when picking my name, you know, first of all, my first rap name was terrible.
Who was it?
Not go. I know we checking the record. We checking the record, but
let's keep being vulnerable. Who was it, man?
Jesus Christ, no.
I can say less.
So, when coming up with the name, I'm like, man, I always wanted it to be an ode to my granny. My granny is such a special person in my life. So I just took she used to always be like, you hard-headed, you know, your head is as wide as an airplane. So it was like a spin-off of Plain Jane. Okay. My middle name's James, so it was like Airplane Jane.
Right,
you feel me? So, and the ode to her. So yeah.
That's fire. Okay.
Did she always brag too about like, yeah, I was the one that, you know, that named him. I was the one that gave him the name.
Yeah, she's like, Airplane Jane.
That's me. So you really wrote that, huh?
Okay. Hell no, she do not call me that.
She don't call you
She
that?
don't call me that.
Learn his actual name before the cameras came on. We ain't gonna talk about that though.
If we're gonna do him, we gotta do all of ours. If we're gonna do it, so.
It's gonna get crazy.
Right. We'll say that for another
They got
episode.
champion art, you feel me?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Get into it,
For
man.
sure.
All right, so let's go through the track list. So the first record is 3 Broken Hearts. When I was listening to 3 Broken Hearts, I felt like you were literally, like you wrote down or you were writing a letter and you decided to turn it into a rap.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
was like, it sounds like a letter. It sounded like he wrote a letter and was like, let me rap this. So to me, it was a very, very good way to intro or open up the project.
Yeah.
Who's the
Perfect
woman
opening
speaking on
record.
there? Who's the woman speaking on there? Like I feel like she got that Louisiana draw.
Damn, her name's Lolly. She's from New Orleans.
There you go.
I know exactly what you're talking about too. When I heard that, I was like,
Yeah, I reached
is that
out to her.
bro? Because I follow her and everything, man. She got that real deep.
Yeah. She be making me crack up. She be doing
So
these
somebody
skits.
that you seen on Instagram, like doing
Yeah,
little
she got
skits and stuff.
Instagram
Okay.
influence.
Yeah,
Got it.
I knew I wanted to, because I had a record. The first record for Apology Accepted was the 80 Degrees in South Central.
Nice.
And I sent it to JR, and he came back with this Louisiana bounce. And I just was like, I'm gonna make the whole fucking album Louisiana. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was at the homie shop, like his clothing shop, and I'm like, man, I need somebody. I was like, I don't have the access to people in New Orleans. He was like, he sent me Lolly. So then I was like, I hit her up. I'm like, man, would you like to speak on this album? She was like, yeah.
Oh, you hit her up and everything. She said,
Yeah, I got a gang of her shit.
Oh, that's
I
fire.
just chopped it up.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, was it a sample like based off of some of her content, but you actually got her
Yeah.
custom made.
Yeah, with me and her were going back and forth,
fire.
like, you know.
That's fire.
So yeah.
So dope.
That was perfect.
So wait,
man.
who produced Three Broken Hearts.
TC, sounds like TC.
All right, there we go.
That's another thing, man. I went on Spotify. I'm like, man, I don't see the producer credits, but I know it takes a little while.
Yeah, it do.
Or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I want to know who produced these. But TC,
Man,
did a
you
lot
know,
of those on all of them.
Yeah, he did majority of the. I mean, he gonna touch everything. Any time like even other producers touch it, it's got to come through him.
Shout out TC, man. That boy so cold.
Yeah, he fired, man.
Locked in for sure. Track 2 is Hard on E.
Like, hold on. Before we do that, hold on, because we talked about vulnerability with Three Broken Hearts, and it's something that you were saying a second ago, but you really hear it on this. You said, all I know how to do is sabotage shit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you're talking about being vulnerable, but at the same time, you're going off of this, but you're taking another layer back and saying a child left at birth, which we've had conversations before, and you've even talked about how the label was pushing you to be more vulnerable, making sure that you're kind of peeling back those layers. Are having these conversations about family, and is that a little tougher for you to actually do, or when you're recording this, is it like, okay, not necessarily that it feels good, but it's like, okay, I see why you were trying to make me go in this direction.
Yeah. To even get to the point to be able to say that, or a child left at birth and not be embarrassed by it,
Right.
is growth.
Yeah.
You know, so while he was pushing me to do this, I also he's like a mentor too. So it was all like therapy, you know, to finally be able to say that and be like, I'm not ashamed of my life story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And other people can relate to that too. So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure if you've received messages from people so far since the project has been out.
Yeah, like I haven't, but then I haven't like fully like dived into what happened with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready to do that, and it's coming out in each record, so forth.
And this is why conversation like these is so important, because we can expound on you know, things you meant and where that came from. You know, that meant so people see that they're like, oh, okay, that's what. Let me go check that out. Things like that. So
and that record, the Three Broken Hearts, came about like where it's like I'm in a relationship, so it's like I'm sabotaging the relationship, but I don't know why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. So
you just like chaos then.
you know, it's like you know what I'm saying. So, but you wanna.
I'm the same way. I like chaos. So
Because it's like you feel. Because you know
What does that look like though? So like when you say you sabotage relationships, first of all, is it just in relationships, or is it in life as well, or is it just you notice
Life as well,
Okay,
you know what I'm
so
saying?
give me
Like-
an example of like how you maybe one of the latest times that you recognize like, okay, I'm trying to blow the bridge up on this. Like I shouldn't do this.
He like, hold
Come on, man. Look, hey, man. Let's
He
check the
like,
record
wait a
again.
minute.
If we're gonna talk about it, you talk about growth. You understand? When's one time
Yeah.
that you like kind of realize like, okay,
moving faulty with, you know what I'm saying, with,
situations.
you know, I had my hiccups with women and
Long time ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's like it's cool to do then, but then you know you got to deal with the disaster at home. So I'm like, damn,
You a changed man now.
yeah. I went through the fire
Yeah, you
in therapy now. You know.
Oh,
what I'm
you
saying?
in
So,
therapy
yeah.
now.
You feel
Okay.
me? Like, and I'm figuring out my
And
way.
let's make it okay to go to therapy.
Yes.
Why you guys
sure.
feel like it's not?
No,
or,
I-
like, I mean, but
I
That
think it's
is
more-
a stigma, though.
Yeah.
It's a
definitely
stigma.
It's
But I
okay
feel
to
like-
go to therapy. Like,
Yeah.
something's automatically wrong with you if you have to go to therapy or if you feel like you need
You know,
therapy.
black men treat therapy at the hospital. Like, we ain't going until it's something that's like entirely like emergency
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I went to I went to the therapist a couple months back. I'm just like, look, I'm coming in like an oil check. Like, hey, I check everything. What's going
That's
on? They were
hard.
like,
Hey, man.
they were like, why are you? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to make sure we're good.
No.
Like,
He came in like, so what we talking
What
about?
we
Like, get it out? Are we done?
Right,
Or I'm
what
out
we
here?
doing?
He on-
My
he
first
on that
therapy
time.
session, I definitely overshared. He was like,
okay. So we don't have a problem with that part.
Right, he wrote.
one thing at a time.
You get any assignments?
I did get some assignments, man. He gave me like this big ass book, you know what I'm saying, to stop using fucking, just specific, like he told me to stop using contempt. I be using contempt a lot. You know what that is? Like,
Nah. You said
like,
hemp?
Contempt.
Contempt, nah.
Yeah,
Contempt.
so like that creates so many issues. Like so many people do that shit in their relationship.
Yeah, what
they
is it?
don't
What is
know.
it? What is it?
Like you could be like, damn. Let me see. Like if a person be like, all right. So say like you told this person like, okay, can you do the dishes, please? You know what I'm saying? Contempt is like, god damn, these motherfuckers still sitting here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like.
Okay.
But people do that and they don't realize like you're attacking. So you're not gonna get what you want out of it with leading with you did this, you.
Things I
Damn.
didn't realize you
No,
Yeah,
that's
so
heavy.
Yeah.
That's
you want it
heavy.
to be fixed, but a person can't fix nothing.
Absolutely.
Being
That's
attacked.
That's all childhood shit too. Growing up in black homes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We all have experienced trauma to a degree.
Oh, for sure,
Yes.
man.
All right, so we can move on. I'm sorry, I just had to get that on. But that's why we're doing it track by track. I just want to make sure that
Hey, look.
It's a lot of layers
Apology
behind.
accepted, man. Apology accepted.
Apology accepted.
Apology accepted.
Yeah,
Hard
I'm
on
saying.
E. Okay, so start off by telling us who was it produced by, if it was the same person, all good, but and what led into that particular song as well.
Yeah, R&B
This is where
Energy,
it starts.
produced by Sounds Like TC and Dungeon Music.
Shouts
Those
out.
are two people that I work with closely. I was writing that for a woman, for real. Like I'm working with this girl, Armani J.
Yeah. Shout out.
So I was trying to write a record for her, but then you wearing a Fenty, send me pics in a Fenty. I was like, man, this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm gonna have to keep it, you know what I'm saying?
tuck that real quick.
But yeah, like that just was
Okay.
a bop for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then I think I said something on there like, damn. What did I say on there? I said, the shit that you've been through, it makes you a better bitch. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, women are gonna love this.
Right.
You know, we gotta.
And it's a great record.
Thank you.
Again, this is where I was like, okay, this is giving R&B. You opened it up with, you opened it up with Three Broken Hearts, and then you opened it up with this record as the actual song, and I was like, okay, he's singing,
Yeah.
and he can hold a note, and it's melodic.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah.
This is something, but you've done that.
I'm about to say
before,
you've been
though.
doing this.
You've
Yeah.
been
That's
doing
for
it,
sure.
yeah.
But this was the
It's
first
nothing
time.
new, but I like it. I like R&B
Yeah,
playing.
this is the first time I led with that as a number two. Like that's something in my creative process. Like
Yeah.
I'm big on number twos. Like the number one could be whatever, but I feel
That
like
follow up
that
is
follow-up,
important because
you
if
feel
it's the
me?
skip a rule, it's like damn, I didn't do the job is not done. You know
Yeah,
what
like
I'm
that's something that me and TC focus on. Number two gotta be, but this one I was like, man, I want Hard on E like to be this mellow, but still a bop. Like
It's
if you
still a
play
bop,
it,
for
if you
sure.
play it in the whip, you know what I'm saying? This shit is smacking.
Nah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just on a mellower side.
Yep, it is.
And you gave a little tip too for the people out there. You said, please don't start the convo with your zodiac.
I don't know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why do we?
why?
That's real though. Hey,
I always ask
hold
the
on
niggas,
now.
what's your zodiac sign? 'Cause I need to know, make sure the energy and the astrological star.
What did that do for
Hey,
you?
I'm into that. I'm
Because I'm
saying
a
here.
Capricorn, I don't mix with everybody.
I'm a
Goddamn
Gemini,
Python.
man.
I can put you on my side.
And look, man.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I hear it, I get it,
The
but
fire, the earth sign, all that shit is real.
It never
okay.
misses, man.
What can you tell me about me being a Virgo?
Yours a Virgo.
Okay, so
You're a Virgo?
yeah.
You do everything by the book.
You do everything by the book.
But he's
No,
on
no,
fire.
no,
But he's
no,
on
no,
fire.
Listen. Keep going. Let me continue. Let him cook. Go ahead.
You're very vain.
I am. That's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
it's person by person, because you know K-Boy is a Virgo too.
So it's person by person, right? Virgo's person by person.
This is Beyonce energy.
Okay.
By the way, so Virgos to me is Beyonce. This is big.
You are,
this
hey, look,
is
you
ego.
are
This is
perfectionist.
perfectionist. This is ego. This is like personality driven.
Yeah.
This is very like talkative. This is very outgoing.
Lining up though, right?
There it
Center of
is.
attention, but not asking for attention.
Watch,
But when I walk into the
you're
room,
not a
I'm
Virgo.
going
Watch,
to-
you're not a Virgo.
Exactly. I'm
You're
a
not
Taurus.
Virgo.
So
You're not a Virgo?
I'm a Taurus.
I told you.
My point is, you can put all that shit together and make it anything.
Well,
I learned that.
It's not that.
We
What you
just
said is
described
Virgo.
K-Boy then, and my daughter.
And what you
There's
said
certain
is Virgo.
situations where it works, and in certain situations,
What about
like,
Pisces?
I
I was
don't know.
describing the Virgo.
I don't know Pisces.
No. I mean, well, see, it's a water sign. So which means is like, like Pisces, they deal with their emotions like very deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, to a sense, because I'm an air sign, so for instance, me and Soul, he's a water, I'm an air, so we kind of clash because everything he does, he takes everything so deep and so emotional with it, and so we be in the air, like I pull him out, like bro, it's not that deep, like relax, calm down. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell with you, that's what I was saying, like Pisces, they're in touch with their feminine side a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I got that from you. Because I know so many Pisces that that have that same type of style you have.
It's not necessarily that he's in touch with his feminine side. Maybe I think he's not afraid to express vulnerability. I
Yeah.
think
And
that's what it is.
well, first of all,
But
there's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
so
that.
I think you gotta
I'm in
be.
touch with my feminine
You
side.
gotta be in touch with feminine energy
So,
too.
Right.
Are you mean in touch? Are you saying in tune with feminine energy, or
Yeah.
you have
In tune.
In tune.
In tune.
Okay,
Yeah, in
now
tune.
I
Like that, yeah.
Got
yeah.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
So I say that all to say, you can pick things that work and don't work. As a tourist, there's certain things I'm like, oh man, that lines up exactly with me. And other things I'm like, I don't know, not so much. So don't live and die by the Zodiac. And I think that's what you were trying to get off with the Zodiac. Come on now. Don't start the convo. Don't start the convo with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Khrissy says she's still gonna start the convo with the Zodiac.
I'm for sure starting the convo.
Okay. All right. I guess so.
I got a lot of action with this. I mean, you know what? But hey, I'm married. Man.
All right.
Overall though, R&B bag, you already got that. You know, you got that. So you've been doing it. Sounds great. I love it. Keep that R&B energy. Track 3 is 80 Degrees in South Central. This is a good LA reference. I think if people want to know, if people are going to ask, like, pick a song where Airplane references LA, this will be it.
Yeah.
Like, I think every city, everybody has a reference track. And I think this is one of those ones.
For sure.
Like, I feel like, you know, one of my favorite records that you've done is 100 Bands. Because everybody's favorite.
That's my
100 Bands. It's an anthem for you.
Energy right there.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's your highest probably stream,
Yeah.
most played.
Is it?
Every time you perform, you got
It's right behind. It's right behind Impress Me.
Oh, Impress Me.
They love that shit.
Another R&B
But
bop
100
like.
Bands is.
100 bands
But
down.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
to me, this is up there for me with.
Like, does it surprise you when you drop certain songs and like you never know what's gonna go? Because the people always pick the record. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like you can drop it like, man, this ain't my favorite, but then the people like, nah, this the go. Like, does that surprise you? Like, man, I didn't know this was gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Or do you expect the songs to go?
Well, 80 Degrees in South Central, that was definitely intentional. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put a little shit in there like, what I say? I said something about a Kansas line. Don't speak on LA if you came here from Kansas.
Yeah.
That's purposely, like, I be on Twitter, I watch motherfuckers, like, the city has a disdain for people coming to the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we anti...
What you
We
talking about?
anti-transplant, you feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Implant as well.
You did say implant, though.
so
Transplant.
putting that shit in there was like, okay, this, you know what I'm saying, the city gonna fuck with this. And then putting certain shit in there like that. But, so, like, go back to Still Hurt, like, I didn't think Take It Easy would, like, that shit,
Go crazy.
that's just like an East Coast record,
Yeah.
for real. It samples Biggie, One More Chance.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was gonna be the one. But other than that, like, I'd be kind of like,
That's the
trying to
joy, though.
scientifically craft that shit for
Right,
y'all.
right.
Like,
No, I'm telling you,
y'all
you
can
never
fuck
know.
with this, because I sang some.
So with this one was, okay, production by?
Nigga, Beat Boy taught me, Sounds Like TC, and then JR.
Okay, so was that something that you were, they put it together and sent it to you, or were you in the process of them creating the song?
I'm down there a producer too, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd be like, sample this. So then TC sampled it, but he had some drums on there. I really wasn't vibing with the drums, so I was going through my thing. I'm still doing that to this day now. Like, I gotta record over, just kind of like, just give me the instrumentation without the drums.
Yeah.
Like, let me do my thing, you come
We
do the
do
drums after.
post-production later.
So he took it off and just gave me the sample, and I recorded over the sample.
Is that Dom K?
Yeah,
Dom Kennedy.
when I come around.
Man, exactly.
So then I'm like,
Which is another cheater right there. It's
Yeah.
like, you can't get no LA than that, too.
a cult classic.
Right, right.
So I do be doing little shit like that. Like,
Got you.
some people might not even know why they fucking with it, and it's like, it's Dom.
Exactly.
Y'all fucking with Dom. You know what I'm
I guess
saying?
my point was, did you choose that sample, or was that one already presented for you?
I choose it.
That's what I'm saying. All right, see,
Yeah.
come on now. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very intentional. I love that. I love
Then I
that.
sent it to JR. I'm like, have JR do the drums. JR came back. I didn't really vibe with the first half of the drum, but he did that New Orleans shit. I'm like, okay, put that at the end.
Yeah. No,
I was like,
hard.
there's
That was
one
hard.
guy. I know a guy.
I know somebody here.
B-Boy taught me. I sent it to him. He was on Instagram Live. He did the shit live. Like, on Instagram Live. Like, in 5 minutes.
Wow.
So did that bounce? Did that come after you linked up with
The New Orleans
yeah,
bounce?
New Orleans
Nah. JR did all of that. Like, he had did his whole own beat. I just kept the New Orleans bounce. He
and
was
so
like,
did that give you an idea to go to find
Or that the
someone
synergy
with
was
that
just
accent?
there.
define everything New Orleans.
Yeah, well, to find what's
Lolly?
her name, Lolly? To find
Yeah,
her with
so
the accent.
that was the first record. Like,
Uh-huh.
that was the first record I did for Apology Accepted. Was 80 Degrees in
Oh,
South
that's what you were
Central.
saying. Gotcha.
And when he did the New Orleans bounce, I'm like, somebody from New Orleans got to narrate this whole shit because Carter 2 is my favorite album ever.
That's Wayne's best album, by the way.
So if y'all remember, it's somebody in New Orleans like narrating this shit, like, boy, get off this block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, what if somebody did that for an R&B project?
That's fire.
So yeah, that was kind of like the
idea behind that.
yeah.
I love that. Track 4, Big Dog Status.
That's my
Wow,
shit.
man, this is so-
Yeah.
a banger.
Thank you.
My second favorite one on the project.
Yeah, I was fucking around.
And smart feature, Guap Dad. Like it fits.
And how did that
Makes
come
sense.
about? How did that come about?
Man, I ran into Guap Dad at the house party. Like it had like a after party type
okay.
shit. Like I ran into him. He was like,
He's such a
Wait a minute.
airplane.
Yeah.
Man, he's like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I seen your name on that goddamn report card. And they were just saying you were so fucking good, so I had to go listen to you. And you're actually fucking good. You know, so I'm
It worked
like-
out.
It worked out. So I was like, man, give me your, contact. I'm gonna hit you. That was like, that happened in a couple months. I sent him the record. Man, he sent that shit back in like 35 minutes.
Jeez. Hey,
And really was barring up though.
that'd be
Like,
the best, man.
He was barring up.
It's a fun record, and he's the perfect feature for it.
yeah.
Definitely enhances the.
Yeah.
Not to say it wasn't there already, but it's like when you seek out to do features, you want them to kind of come correct and enhance the record, and he definitely did that. Man. So
Right.
shout out to Guap.
Thank God. I've never had a feature where I was like, it was bad. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to fucking navigate that. Like,
What was that
How do
conversation?
you tell a nigga?
So you never got a feature yet, and they came back and was like, he ain't really do his thing.
Nah.
Never.
No, that's-
Thank God. Because
Man.
I wouldn't know how to navigate that one. How you
What
tell
is
a
that
nigga your
conversation
shit is
gonna be
like,
like?
No, you be real.
Has somebody
like,
ever had to
man,
have the conversation with you?
Yeah.
yes.
And
Actually,
so how uncomfortable is that when somebody tells you, "Hey, man, you
I
not-
could take directive. I constructive quick. I want the record to be good. So
Hey, dog,
they
you ain't
never
big dog
asked me to
status
change
on
my verse. It may have been like more like energy. I may have said it like a different way type shit. Like, but nobody ever asked me.
No, now have you been ever taken off a record, like, to where you was like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, but it was for Ty Dolla $ign, so I'm
it's
like,
like, it is what it
I'm
is,
like,
right?
you know what? I'm gonna listen,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't mind hearing Ty. I wouldn't mind hearing Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about like features for your project? Like, do you search for them, or would you rather just have just like you majority songs, or do you reach out to people for features, or it's just organically how?
I mean, at least to my knowledge, it don't seem like we have very many.
Right, and that's all. That's how do you feel it?
Unless it's like some homies like Shan or.
Yeah.
But
I would love to have features, but it just be my timeline, like reaching out and then they don't get it back in time.
Oh,
like,
so you just like, man, look, man, if you don't take a month to get
yeah,
to
like
this,
I can't slow my program
I
down.
feel that. I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they do get it back, and I'm like,
Like Guap, you gotta.
yeah, Guap Dad
35
was quick
minutes.
as a motherfucker. I sent it to
Yeah.
him same day, 35 minutes. I'm like, I love you, man.
Thank you.
Every time I hear a song or when I'm listening to a project, and I did this for Apology Accepted as well, I'll go and press play, and without even thinking, I'll express either the first word, thoughts that come to my mind, and I want you to just see what emojis I have for Big Dog Status. I want you to read this on camera.
Uh-oh. Now you gotta pass it around.
Oh, I forgot you can't see.
Oh yeah, I had it really close. It's
So, those scriptures I see
slide,
on.
slid. You feel me? Slid, big slid.
3 slide emojis.
Yeah, 3 slide emojis for the Big Dog Status. Yeah.
You probably don't remember, but I sent that to you.
I know.
We was in the
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 live direct, yeah. The show.
So you played it in live direct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit was rough too. That's why I love Chuck, man.
Yeah.
Send it
Man,
to him
what?
before it's done.
My dog always do that,
Right.
man.
Good one.
Next one. Don't post me. Thoughts?
Don't Post Me, fire. I fuck with that one too. Heavy, like the beat, everything what you did with that. Yeah, like that's one of my favorites. I got 4 favorites on here, and that was one of them for sure.
I have.
So, well,
I'm
tell
feeling a certain kind of way about the name.
who produced it. Again, kind of go through that. So
Corey
people know.
G. Corey G produced that record solely. Sent me the record like 6 in the morning. I was humming. I was playing 2K. Humming. I was like, I'm gonna lay this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I really, damn, I'm telling y'all a little secret. I be doing shit sometimes like, I'm like, man, how would Whoop-De-Whoop come on this, but then I just do
Pause.
airplane. Yeah, that was insane.
I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you.
Whoa!
Yeah, you did.
That was
That was crazy. That was crazy.
That was absolutely wild.
This is wild. Like the title.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah.
Why don't post
Khrissy
people
feeling
on
away about that. She feeling away about that.
She probably do the same shit. Like,
Well, but why not? Why not though? What you? Why trigger you?
Excuse me. It for sure triggers me. Only because, like, from a women's POV, like, why not? We niggas would do everything else with you, but when it's time for me to post you or show that we together or we kicking it, y'all don't want to be posted, but y'all would do everything else. Yeah.
Damn.
So you never did to where like, hey, you don't post me, or hey, bro, don't post me. Never
If
done
I'm
that shit.
with a dude, post me. You can show niggas that you know, you can show whoever that we're together or we're kicking it or we're out to lunch. But you would do everything else. But when I want to post you to show that we out together, you want to act like boyfriend until I ask you.
Yeah, man, what you got to say about that, bro?
Man.
Don't post me.
Look, what you think about the song though? God damn.
The record is great.
Hey,
Just the title alone, you had her.
Man.
Hey, you
I was
know,
like, don't
and another
post me.
motherfucking thing.
Hey, look, man,
But
she
he's
had to
on
get
the
it all.
show.
Right.
You know, don't post me.
So is that exactly what the song is about? Or at least the title was a reference to, you know, what she's. You know,
it was. You know, I'm not currently going through that.
Right,
You feel me?
I feel like these are experiences. I feel like
Experiences, and I like to tug on people's emotions like her.
Whoa, you got it.
She was definitely like,
She got it.
What's funny for me, to be honest, that was one of the songs that I didn't care for the most, right? But I'm like, oh, I know he got one with this because it's gonna have that reaction with people. Sonically, I felt like it took me out of the element. We got 3 Broken Hearts, Hard on E, 80 Degrees of South Central, Big Dog Status. So I'm in my zone, and then when I hear that, it took me out of it. But I know that record's not for me. I'm a married man, so I ain't gotta worry about none of that. Like, I'm not tripping. But for me, that wasn't one of my favorite records. But I can see why people are attracted to that.
yeah.
And see, I'm opposite with you. Is like I love to hear artists like out of their range, out of their element. You know, like doing something that I'm not used to like hear them doing. So hear you on it, I was like, man, like you know, that
was one of those records where I'm like, it has to go
air.
on there. And we were having sequence issues, you know, like where's it gonna go?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, just smack it on there, man. It got to go. Like, gotta hear it.
No.
Yeah.
But it's so far though, it has been cohesive.
Yeah.
You know, it has. So I think that, and that's another thing too. When I'm listening to music, I want to hear I want to hear the transitions. I want to hear from the storytelling. I want to know, like, once I finish this record, what am I going to enter next?
Spend so much time on sequencing and transition.
But I think we skipped the record.
Did we?
FTN.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Yeah.
We skipped FTN.
I thought that was
Fuck
after.
nigga.
I'm
So I was
tripping.
thinking I was listening.
Wait, I'm tripping. Yeah. Okay.
So that was actually track 5.
Got you.
After Big Dog Status. I like this record. And then I was listening to it, and I thought I was hearing Buy You a Drink, but P said, I love your girl by the drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a sample though.
Well, no, I would say more so like the cadence, everything, the reference.
It was like a reference. It
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
familiar, and I was like, is this But it was like that. Yeah, it was a dream.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that shit, and I'm like, man, that was.
That's crazy. We at that age to where these are the samples now, bro. We not sampling
those are
80s.
familiar.
Bro.
How you feel about all the conversation about sampling right now? And I feel like it's never been like hyper focused like it is now.
But what's the thing is, sampling been going on since the beginning of rap.
Yeah.
I guess what the gripe people have is maybe the lack of creativity with samples. So now like people are just like ripping this to straight. It's almost like a cover that they're doing over the song and everything. But at the same time, like Biggie did that on Juicy.
Hip hop
Like,
started that way. I mean, it was break beats.
Diddy did that on damn near all of his. You know what I'm saying? Like Can't Hold Me Down. Like that was a straight rip of you know. So I mean, but people's gripe is like it just sounds like people not even like flipping it or even just like, giving this any type of variation of the sample. So people kind of getting tired of that. I mean, but you know I have a problem with it. I just know that if it's too much of it, then yeah, it's gonna come to a point where it's all right, we're tired of it, and we're gonna move on to something else, which is hip hop. Everything always changes every like year and a half.
Bro,
So.
a hit record is a hit record regardless. If it's a hit record, people not gonna give a fuck.
How do you feel about because to me it's a cheat code right now. It's a cheat code.
I
like,
love sampling.
Yeah,
So I
for
definitely
sure.
was laughing like, I'm like,
But
damn.
as far as taking like the exact song and not even doing no variation of it though, like
I mean, Like you take a Drake, what's the song he had with the Lauryn Hill shit? I know
Oh
you care
yeah,
for me. That damn
Nice
near
for
didn't
What?
take
Yeah, Nice
too
for What?
much
Yeah.
effort to do, like, you know. But
But he flipped the sample.
And it was
Yeah.
sped up, like, so it's like like you said, if you make it your own,
Make it
then
your own.
Right.
Cool.
And you talk about that on your live a lot.
bro,
you know
that's
what
my
I'm saying?
biggest thing. If you sample a record or if you do something that's kind of like a recreation of something, make it your own.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing. If you can
That's
make it your
the-
own, I got no qualms with it.
that's the
right?
principle.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing, you better be better than the original, because if not, it's gonna make or break.
I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely.
sometimes I wouldn't even put, yes, make it better, but that's always subjective. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, is it gonna sell 10 million records? Like, is this gonna be the dream? I love your girl? Maybe not, right? But he made it his own, right?
Right.
And that's all you can care for. It's not the exact same
That's
thing.
it.
It sounded familiar, that's all. But it did sound like, I was like, why does it sound familiar? But it was still his, like you said, his own.
Yeah.
So I just
Be original what you do.
Yeah.
Random. I saw the dream at Disneyland yesterday. That's crazy.
What?
We were talking about that. Yeah. Wow. Random. Super random. Synergy.
No,
crazy.
Jamie's
Crazy.
I mean a superstar. He just saw his catalog a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
he sold his catalog.
23 million.
Why would you?
What are your
What you mean
thoughts on
why,
that?
man? 23 million. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Because
So
look,
why are y'all doing it?
well, no. It gets so.
Don't get me wrong, 23 million, that's a nice bag.
I'm gonna tell you why.
All of it?
That's
No,
wild,
Daniel, I think like 75%, 80% of his catalog. But they get to a point where it's like, okay, a lot of people like they sit on their masters, but it's like, okay, what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't even know how to place it, like these records, or even like work these old records they have. So there's publishing companies, there's placement companies, they'll buy your master and they'll work it and replace it in movies and song and things like that. So I mean, people say like, don't say masters, okay, but what are you doing with just sitting on
So
them?
what exactly
You know
does
what I'm
selling your catalog entail? Because I mean,
You're selling the master and the entirety like to another company. So now they can use that record.
They're the ones
And like I
that
said, and
control
they can they can place it and regenerate more money off that record that you wasn't doing at all. You know what I'm saying? So Dream having Love Your Girl, if it's just sitting there and he's not working the record or he's not employing any company to place his record, then it's just sitting there.
well, I guess.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess during the time
And don't they get it
he
back?
He made it. He loved it. He did what he did with it, and
Yeah.
now it's done. You know what I'm saying? So it's that came out 2007.
Yeah.
So 2007. So I guess now that it's 15 plus years old, I guess it's just sitting there. Like y'all can have it and
Right.
place that shit wherever you want to place
And
it.
don't he get it back at a certain point or no?
Yeah.
I guess
For sure. I mean, that's the terms though. Like, if they
Oh, that's important to talk about. Too.
for
I didn't
some
know that.
23 million, they're gonna keep that for at least 10 plus, for at least 10 plus years for sure, and work that.
I didn't know that was a part of the terms. I didn't know it was like a certain limited time that like they do it
Oh,
for
for
10,
sure.
15 years. I
For
thought it was
sure,
like
for sure.
outright you giving your shit away. And because my thought is, again, family, I'm like, what if I don't know what to do with it, but my kids, like, they might know what to do with it, or at least the possibility of that generational wealth for it to go down. So that's good to know. I didn't know that.
For sure.
Yeah.
We keep going. What's
All right,
the
next
song?
record. So we already went through Don't Post Me. Track 7 was Franchise. I guess this was this is okay.
Franchise was one of my favorites. I ain't gonna lie.
It
No,
wasn't bad.
that's my shit. Too.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot,
I
man.
was in the middle with it.
I put placement vibes when I wrote on it. I'm like, this should be on 2K. So I know that they've been putting different artists out here on 2K. That song
They
I've
have
seen.
been.
That need to be on there.
That needs to be on there. I
Plug
feel
me.
like that when I hear that,
Sell it, Chuck. You
it's
Sell it.
highlights, ESPN,
Sell it.
2K. When I
Nah.
think of sports,
Nah.
I think of sports highlights when I hear that. There's a lot of references in there, obviously to
title's
sports or whatever,
powerful.
and the title is powerful.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the world of like just clips, right? You can use this whole song is not about that, right? But it's like you can use certain clips for the highlights, and I feel like it'll be perfect. So
That song go
that's
crazy.
my ode to you, man. If they figure a way to make that work out for the
We
place,
put it in the universe.
Yeah. for sure.
Placement.
Producer, all that. Give him the check the record on that one.
BB Beats and Sounds Like TC. I ain't gonna lie, I went internet surfing. When I found that beat, I was like, shit hard.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I was on YouTube.
Oh, so
I found it on YouTube.
Oh, so BDB's.
And then paid them for it.
You found explain that. So
You
you
found the beat online.
Found the beat online,
Okay.
hit the producer up, paid
okay,
for the
you
beat.
producer up. Gotcha.
Got the beat, got the stems. Then I had TC.
Oh, that's dope.
Had
That's
TC
dope.
add some shit to it. I'm
Right,
like, man,
right.
we need to go Jeezy, like, you feel me, like on this shit. Go listen to some of the old
dope.
shit. You know what I'm saying? It was really Bird.
It
Bird,
gets fired.
Yeah, Bird was sending like TM 101 and shit. Like, you know, like, so if you go back, like, I'll let y'all hear it off the record, like when we got like how it was, and then what TC added to it. I'm like, yeah, it gave
worked,
that energy.
It worked too, because that's a slippery slope. You know, like I say, you know, listen to TM 101, because now we can venture to like the lane of sounding dated and like that. But he managed to still do it and sound modern. So
why would somebody who has a in-house team, right, have producers? You have access to a lot of producers. Why would you go online to look for beats?
Man, sometimes I just need different vibes, different bops, and then sometimes, you know, they got their own life and shit. Like, they ain't just unloading the clip on me, you know what I'm saying? And then, damn, man,
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
we should turn it into the Mason.
Mason,
God damn, unload the clip is insanity.
They ain't got time to unload. We're gonna put that in some unload the clip on me. Whoa. Nah, but I hear you. They have a lot of their own. They can't just.
Yeah, so and then sometimes I just want to see what's, you know what I'm saying, see what sparks my. I do that a lot though. I go to the internet and I do some shit over that, take my acapella from the inspiration I got from that, give it to TC or give it to my in-house producer and have him build around it.
I love that. I love doing that as a producer. I love creating my acapellas, man. That's
Stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Glad you said that.
That's dope. For sure.
You ended the project with, of course, the title of the album, Apology Accepted. I think we all can say that's probably one of the
that's my top. That's my joint right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who did that beat?
Damn, sounds like TC, Dungeon Music, and then my boy Edward Herring. Now we're on camera. I have yet to meet Edward, man. He sends me like the wildest beats ever. And every time, I've been locked in with him for like 2 years.
Is he from? Where's he from?
He from out here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Every time I try to get him to come to the studio and shit, he be like, I gotta work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm like,
no, that's an excuse. As producers, we hermits, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are
I be like,
antisocial. We antisocial. We like, you know, we're not really people person. Well, I am, but a lot of producers, that's why.
Maybe he just don't fuck with you.
Nah, he fuck with me now. The long way. Wait, the long way.
Wow. God. We're going to have a pause counter in this show.
We got to have the pause counter in this motherfucker. Beep.
Like, hey, yo.
No, but this one as well, I mean, we all agreed that this is, when we was in a group chat, it was like, yo, this the one we all rock with. And ironically enough, this is something we haven't talked about, and I think we mentioned conversations, but songs being 2 minutes. A lot of the songs on the project is 2 minutes. This is the longest song.
How long is it?
Song. It's like almost 4 minutes.
Damn.
Probably with the outro and all that as well.
He was going crazy.
Yeah.
I like are we going to get to a point where we have longer songs, or are we okay and comfortable with 2 minute joints?
I need those,
19
man.
minutes. Remember we had the conversation?
No. Project like it's 35.
It says
Absolutely.
19?
It says 8 songs, 19 minutes.
Yeah, my shits are short.
It's short.
Straight to it.
Hey,
that fucks you up just now. At 19 minutes,
I thought it was 35. I'm tripping. My bad. Yeah.
That's 3 commercials.
But it's satisfying 19 minutes, though.
Yeah.
Facts, no.
Yeah, it's not.
And the way I consume music, we talked about that. I'd rather have, you know, that where it's not too extensive. I guess my only point is with today and how people consume music, if you want a longer, what about those people that do want an extended? Like, I'm thinking of Big Dog Status. I'm like, damn, I kind of wish it was a little bit longer as well, right? Like the song that we really enjoyed, kind of wish it was another verse on that. But at the same time, I know as an artist, it's like you don't want to bore the
Yeah, I'm not trying to bore you. And yeah, it's like, don't bore us, get to the chorus, brother. You know, and also,
are you saying that because of the microwave society we live in? Or
yes,
do you feel
absolutely.
Like people attention spans is shorter?
Attention spans is shorter, like, you know, but I think we will get, you gotta do different shit though. Like, I just listened to for All the Dogs, like damn near every beat is switching halfway.
Like 2 minutes in,
And me as a listener, like the 7969 record, I'm like, okay, Dogs, I'm back up now, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
that's true.
I think we can get to 4 or 5 minutes.
Man,
but
and
2 minutes right now is a sweet spot.
Like, I like Apology Accepted because of the length of it. I got a chance to really like, you know, just almost like listen to you just like lecture almost. You know what I'm saying? I can really like digest like what you're saying. And see, I support the 4 or 5 minute songs only because like I don't want us, you know, as artists to how can I say this? Like I don't want us to contribute to the short attention span of the audience. You know what I'm saying? It's almost us like cutting them short or almost like just once again, we're just adding to them wanted things shorter and shorter and shorter. I think if we go back to 4 or 5 minute songs, I mean, they have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to listen to that. And to me personally, I think any artist will gain more traction and more fans because now they feel like, okay, I can sit down and get to know you, and we can force them to take their time again. Because if we did it before, then why can't we do it again? But if we're contributing to the short attention span society, then we're just adding to the destruction of it.
I like the word that you use, taking your time with it, because that's what it is. I feel like they just want to get the bar off real quick and be done with the record.
No.
Rap. You're a rapper.
Because you come from that era of 4 or 5 minute song, 3 verses,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, things like that.
It's okay
So
to rap. We want to hear you rap. Like, get on that beat and skate. And if you feel like maybe the 4 minutes too long, then maybe get a feature, have somebody do a 16 or something like that. But then get right back to it. Like, again, I guess we come from that.
yeah.
We come from the Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, Biggie.
But it's still shit out there. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the big hitters.
Long album, long record era. But
Let's just not
listen
add
to
to
the what?
the short
You listen to the big hitters and shit, like
Yeah.
Travis, like niggas putting albums out.
Yeah.
There's no 2 minute songs. It's experiences. So I think
Just keep that in mind, man.
Yeah.
Don't add to the to the
I'm
destruction of that.
take you up on that.
That short
'Cause
attention span.
we should dictate that. You know
And
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
on top of that, like again, as a consumer, if I don't, let's just say there's a song that's 5 minutes and 2 minutes into it, I heard what I want to hear, I can skip and go to the next record
Same.
and still listen to your project and still
Boom.
like the next record if I want. As a DJ, what do? They'll do one verse, hook, mix to the next song. That's fine. At least your song is being played, or at least people are consuming it. Now, if it's just skip a rules on there and they go into the next artist, that's when you got a problem. So give the consumer what they want. Some people want longer versions of songs. Some people may want shorter versions of songs. But I think we're in a place now where everything's on demand. I can dictate what I feel like listening to for how long,
Yeah.
So, man,
Take
apology
that in.
accepted, man. Well done. I mean, you've always done a great job as far as the presentation. I don't even think we talked about the cover art for this one. If you can kind of describe what the inspiration behind it and how you play a role into what people see.
Yeah, well, shit, like the trilogy, everyone was like, so low-key hurt. I kind of wanted to just be introspective. You see me, like usually I kind of do paintings and abstract shit, but you really don't see me on my covers often, so I know I definitely want to start branding my face. What do Airplane James look like? So for those two, I did that. And then for Apology Accepted, I had another a cover, but then like I was like in this rut, like artistically, because this project was supposed to come out like March. But I was going through my shit and in my head and shit, and then I came across this picture of like this Hispanic dude like holding these name plates, and I was like, this is fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, picture, like I literally looked at my artwork like, what would Future's My Collection song be in the form of art? Like, if I hit you once, you're part of my collection. Damn. So, that's toxic as hell.
You co-sign that shit.
It's the balance, man.
So I'm like, man, I try to go to, I'm like, how can I do this? Like, I'm not finna buy all these nameplates. That's gonna get expensive.
That's out.
So I'm like, damn. So Slauson has this thing where you can't go in there and take pictures.
This is dope, though.
You feel me? So I said, damn. I found a 3D artist in Vancouver or Toronto, one of them. And I explained my idea. He was like, I can kill this for you. So I was like, I gave him the jewelry box, gave him the names and shit. And he cooked it up in like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
That's fire.
A lot of people thought it was real.
I was gonna say it was. It wasn't real.
That was real.
It's 3D.
Wow.
It
But
don't
you've been
even
very
look 3D. That's the
intentional
thing, it
about.
don't even look 3D.
You've been very intentional about that, and I think that's again when we talk about. I mean, we're not talking about the sonics of it, but just taking your time when it comes to pushing the art.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we all kind of agreed on, whether we liked a record or didn't like a record. It's like, damn. You took your time with this. You made sure that the fans and the people were going to enjoy it, even down from the way it looked, the presentation. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about the video, but all of those kind of encompass who you are and who you've been for the last couple of years. And since we've seen you kind of really taking that stage, and we all collectively have kind of seen you progress over the years. And it's like a proud moment when we see somebody that we can champion and be proud of. So salute to you, bro.
Even
Thank you.
physically, like, I don't know what you doing if you doing marathons with Chuck or what's
Oh, man, congratulations
Thank
to
you, bro.
on that,
Appreciate
man.
that, man. Shouts to homie Butter, man. For sure.
Man, that shit was hard.
You look great. Like,
Thank you,
seriously,
thank
you
you.
look healthy.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I took my health serious, man. Like, Like they was having too many problems to be as young as I am. You know what I'm saying? Knee problem, leg problem. I'm like, man, I need to eat better and just be disciplined. You know, that's the main thing. Like I do it just for disciplinary purposes.
And you are an artist, man. So you know you gotta look good for the camera and all that, man.
Hell yeah, like, and then I had kind of went back up in weight. I was gonna post a reel on that. I see the 80-degree video, like when I did Lamert Park shit, and they sent me the footage back, and I was like,
Who that?
absolutely not. Like, I walked out there.
You know what?
I'm like that. I'm like,
That's
man.
good that you recognize that.
Oh hell no.
That's the first step is recognizing like, oh hell no, I don't want to look like
That picture is at home on a bulletin board with a circle.
Man, like never again.
Fuck that.
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that apology right there.
Absolutely not.
Like aesthetically pleasing visuals, the cover art, right? Just the way you fashion, like the way you look, the way you dress. That's important. You know what I'm saying? I think
Hell
you
yeah.
say authentically who you are. Like
For sure.
you know, this is a random question, but I know you're from the East Side. Like, where are you from exactly from the East Side? Like, what's your landmark?
The 80s shit. Manchester, Broadway area
Okay.
over there.
Perico reps Broadway too, right? G Perico?
Yeah, he up the street.
So y'all neighbors?
Yeah,
East Side
I've been knowing Perico for
East
years.
Side neighbor. Okay, good. Because I be East to me is like I don't go past.
My nigga K-boy over
You know
there.
what I'm saying? Like, I be thinking like East is anything.
I know you ain't finna say East LA.
Let's not do that.
Niggas be putting that
My
in.
first
we're
time
not
East was
doing
the
that.
Nickerson Gardens.
Oh yeah, that's East E.
East
Yeah,
East.
that was my first
You
time.
get.
And what does
I
that
haven't
mean?
gone past Vermont. Like,
What does that mean, Khrissy? Easty?
Well,
I don't know.
What does
Don't
Easty
ask me.
mean,
I'm
man?
Westy. I don't know. But
I'm
it's
Westy,
Nasty.
too.
That's
I'm
nasty.
Westy.
That's
I'm Westy,
nasty.
too, man.
That's
I'm
nasty
Westy, baby.
behavior.
Listen,
I'm not big.
Newport,
In front of the
Vermont,
camera.
Somebody
Los
from the
Angeles,
East.
What does that mean to you?
As
This is Fox Hills Mall. This is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about it. I don't go east.
That shit is made up
I
of
take
words.
Easty as like
And
just
this is no
like
shade, no tea, because I love y'all.
just
Raw.
grimy, like.
Yeah,
I love
it is.
y'all.
It is.
But it's no shade, no tea. But I don't go past Vermont unless I absolutely have to.
Shit, that's the East Side too. Shit.
Don't say I go east. To me is
Them West Side
Somebody
Crips
said
from Vermont.
past
Them
the
niggas think they
one
ain't
city.
Easty.
No, I
They
don't
Easty
go
now.
Listen, a whole little geographical
Y'all
breakdown.
south?
Yeah,
No,
man.
you guys for the not for the
That.
people for sure. But Easty, it just means
By
just
that
like
Roscoe's. Y'all know where that Roscoe's at,
Which one?
right? The one on Manchester.
You know which one.
On Main.
You know
Yeah,
which
I don't
one.
see. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, shit. You know which one.
That's my area right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I have never.
Okay,
I
and
haven't done
that
so once
and that's
or
real
twice.
Easty over there.
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right, brother.
Allegedly.
Okay. It's kind of wrapping up the project. Were there songs that didn't make the project that you wanted to, that you were fighting for? I love having this conversation with you because it's like I know that there may have been certain things that you wanted and the team going back and forth, making sure things are right. I feel like we landed on a solid 8 songs, but is there anything on the project or not on the project that you like, damn, I kind of wish was?
Yes. It was about 2 records. It's a record I got with Jansport J.
Salute Jan Sport.
And then I had another song called Don't Cry. It was either Don't Cry or Apology Accepted, and I lost the vote. like TC, everybody was like Apology Accepted. Me and Bird was like Don't Cry, you know. But
So what do you do with records like that? Is it
Deluxe.
oh, okay?
I don't know if it'll ever. I don't know if it ever come out. You know, like Don't Cry.
Deluxe
Probably,
them things, man. That's another way to repackage your album, man. You feel
Hey,
me?
man, the people gonna want to hear
Well,
it
you guys
now.
can just drop singles in between albums, right?
I'm glad y'all saying all this.
Yeah.
Y'all hear this?
Yeah, right.
You sitting on
Well, I'm
two
just here to
records
call
that
and
you
tell you guys.
like. If you're sitting on 2 records that you like that didn't make the project, I want to hear them as singles.
Bet.
Just drop a single.
I'm gonna clip this part up and
This
then.
shit ain't
That's
going-
part of the marketing
this shit is
promo.
just for social media.
Right.
Just for social media. Just
Is-
drop it for us.
Is there anything else that you want people to know, maybe that they didn't get from the project, or that you want them to highlight, or just anything in this conversation that we haven't talked about that you want to make sure the people know?
No, I just want y'all to go ahead and spin it once, twice, tell a friend, then tell that friend to tell a friend. And I plan on flooding for the rest of the year. I put on Twitter, I shouldn't have did it, but I'm like, man, I'm trying to drop 3 more projects this year.
You gotta hold yourself accountable now.
Gotta hold myself up.
For us, 2 more months left.
Exactly. I got some shit done though, right now.
It's like hitting you ASAP, like, hey man, like,
You're wildin'. You're
Wow.
wildin'.
Well, let me ask Khrissy and Chuck. Is there anything that you would want to see different from playing like
It's a
going
good
forward
ass
with
question.
This, with this project thing? Like me, I want to see like more features from you because I know you on that level now to where like you can get notable names like go out there and this and that. I would love to hear you just mix up with certain other big names in the city or just in the industry period. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean.
Yeah, I would
love
love
see
to
them
too. It just be like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick. I don't want him to change anything about him, but continue to grow and be a student of the game.
Okay.
I want to see how high Airplane can go as an artist.
Ooh.
I think sky's the limit with you, and I feel like you have so many. Range
facts,
to me.
Facts.
But if anything, like Airplane in the studio one day with Swiss Beats. I don't know, just
Swiss Beats.
I'm just throwing it out there. Just anybody, just maybe somebody. I'm just saying, like to me, the thought process is like how high can Plane go?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who's the biggest producer? Like have you worked with Hit Boy yet?
Been in the studio with him for sure.
Yeah.
We supposed to be doing some shit.
These producers are and this is no shade, of course, to who you've been working with because they've been working. The records
sure.
they've been
Yeah.
working, but
For sure.
How high can Plane go? I mean, sky's the limit with you, but
And actually challenging you, like making you more uncomfortable. Yeah. And that challenges you. That makes you more uncomfortable, and you get to discover different ranges of what you can do, your sound, where you can take your voice.
Yeah.
Even your content, like any of that, man. So,
Yeah, and just
Fucking
maybe
with that.
figure out-
because you're one of the most unique people in this game, that especially out here in the city, like nobody kind of has like the sound or what you do. So like,
Appreciate that.
I think I appreciate that you leave it all for the music, for people to discover. But I want to see more personality from you, right? I know you off the camera, and a lot of times when we talk on the camera, and I feel like you've done a good job as far as being more presentable in that sense of showing people how funny you can be, how vulnerable you can be.
Yeah.
But I want to see even more of that because I'm like, sometimes that's the thing that hooks people into the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from this dude is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Funny as hell. You get sprinkles of it sometimes. I don't know if you really get it from the music as much, but it's like I want to see some of that. Now I understand, like in terms of branding, you might not want people to, not as far as joking wise, whatever the case. I feel like there's a perfect world where you can do that. You can get those jokes off and then have that land to the music. I love the fact that you are a little more vulnerable, even more so the last couple of projects. Like you're just stepping that up and being uncomfortable. So I would just say that continue to evolve, continue to step outside the box and show people that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. That's why I'm doing reels now.
You plan on being there, like as far as like putting your personality out there more, or do you want to be one of those like
I plan on being on SNL, man.
Here we go.
I want to be on SNL,
Yeah.
like skits and shit.
Yeah.
That's why if y'all start like watching my content, I'm starting to do more
Put it on
content,
there. That's what I'm
more
saying.
content pieces and shit, and showing you like, you feel me, like
The shit with the glasses, that shit had me dying too. Like this
the thick ass motherfucking shit.
It's like,
Hell yeah, I did some shit the other day. Like I ain't posted it yet. I haven't posted it this week, but like I tried the little chili crisp shit. Y'all ain't seen that shit on TikTok?
Well, no, I've seen
they got
that.
this
but I
chili
haven't seen it.
crisp egg challenge shit.
Oh nah.
So the guy went to, I was like, I
Oh,
went to try. I went
What
to
do you
try
do?
this
What do you
shit.
do?
So it's not the blue chip challenge, right? It's something different.
I ain't doing no
that one
fucking.
chip you eat.
Nah.
So wait, what is this?
It's just niggas putting the chili crisp from Trader Joe's on the egg, making it type shit. So but I'm doing some funny shit
Okay.
like, boy, I don't know what the fuck I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, so stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Exactly. So continue to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's half the battle now. It's like music is half, what you put out, but then the other half is you selling yourself.
Yeah.
There's so much music out now, so now people
Part of
like,
your
hey, why am I
job is
giving-
fucking content.
That is, man. It
Whether
sucks.
you like it or not.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Only because like we come from that we come from that era to where we didn't grow up with this. You know what I'm saying? Like kids 18, 19, they grow up with phones in their hand. You know what I'm saying? So they're so comfortable, just filming themselves and just living their life just on camera. But like I said, I'm older than that generation, so we almost gotta force ourselves. Okay, let me do this.
Yeah.
It's almost like a job for us. You know what I'm saying?
You can find a way to make it work out.
No, of course, we got no choice. You know what I'm saying? But that is half the battle, is selling yourself to the people now.
Yeah.
Man, Airplane James, man, apology accepted, out right now. This has been another episode of Check the Record. We appreciate you coming on through.
Appreciate you for having me, man. Appreciate y'all.
No.
Powered by Shaka Wear.
Shouts out to Shaka Wear if you ain't
Wear.
seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. They pressed this
man.
up right then and there for me. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
You ain't pressing up the work on the spot, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't Shaka Wear.
Right.
Love, man. Catch y'all next time.
Peace.
Fuck off.